so let's open this up. Just try to be very careful with these cards. We're trying to sleeve them up instantly, and I'll show them as I'm sleeving them. Might skip through some of the common cards. So we have Ho-Ho. So it's an EX Pokemon, so I believe that means if you knock him out, you get to draw 2 prizes. So with Pokemon, you set aside 6 cards, and for every opponent Pokemon that you knock out, you get a draw card, and if you draw all 6 cards, you win. And so with an EX Pokemon, they're kind of OP. You can tell it has 220 hit points. So it'd be really difficult to knock them out, and the reward is that it counts as knocking out 2 Pokemon. So there's a risk with using them. His attacks, let's see, his first one's called Phoenix Breath. Attach up to 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like to your Pokemon. That's a pretty cool attack. So good utility. And then his attack is Eternal Blaze. Requires 4 energies, 2 of which need to be fire, 2 of which could be anything else. During your next turn, this Pokemon can't attack. Okay, so that's your weakness, is that if you use it, you can pretty much knock out anyone you want, but you won't be able to attack the next turn. So high risk, high reward. Alright, let's open this up. I was a little more done. Alright, we got Fire Energy card. Let's get a Hollow Fire Energy. Interesting. That's pretty cool. If Fire Energy is a hollow. Oh, Electric Energies. So a few fires. Not many fires, so probably a pretty advanced deck. An amateur deck would have a bunch of energy cards. This one didn't have too many fire energy cards. What was that? 6. Oh, are they number 2? I wonder if there's a Pikachu in this deck. Have electric. It probably has Electabuzz. I guarantee you if it has electric, it has to have Electabuzz. Probably has Magmar, Fossil Magmar. And I think for someone else's video, this one might have Flable, which was a great card. Okay, so there's more fire, so it's just kind of in a weird order. There's Playable. So this was a great card back in the day. Kind of tricky to use. So his first attack, Metronome, allows you to choose any of your Pokemon attacks and use it. And then, which is like, like after the attack says you have to discard fire energy cards. Actually, they can remove that part too. I think it needs to have more wording to it. This is part of the jungle, so doesn't have the jungle symbol on it. Minimize. Caflairy was not really worth using, but Caflable actually was quite worth using. And actually, I want to compare it because I feel like that changed. I feel like that used to have different wording to it. I can't remember off the top of my head. I want to say I it ignored having to pay cost or something. Let's go sleeve this bad boy up. cool. So 70 hit points, stage 2 Pokemon. Metronome allows you to copy any attack, so right there that could be useful. Minimize allows you to take in damage, which good utility attack. Solid card. I can understand why it's in this deck. And then another legendary card is the double colorless card. These things are pretty OP. They allowed you to power up someone like Chansey in like 2 turns. And it's cool. It's a holographic. I hope it has more than one, but that's solid color, solid card. Computer search, another good card. Pretty legendary. Discard 2 cards to search for any card in your deck. Very tactical and useful. That's interesting that they include the classic computer search, but they include it with like this newer style bill, which I think was like from Ruby and Sapphire, but same card as it was in the original base set. I don't know why it has the newer art. It's a support card. So this is when they started using support. Before, in the old original one, it was just trainer cards. And then later on, you got like stadium cards and then the support cards, which were each had their own rules. I think I know with the stadium cards, you can only play 1 per turn. And I wouldn't doubt the support cards are probably the same. You can probably only do 1 support per turn, which stops you from using multiple bills in 1 turn. You'll review the rules, but I bet you that's the case. Stacked it up with 4 bills, so yeah, it was a popular card. I never really used it, but it was considered to be one of the best trainer cards to use. I used to actually go with Professor Oaks and what was it? Rain Dance with Blastoids, and what was it? My Pokemon Breeder, because you could basically evolve Blastoids from a Squirtle in just 2 turns. And here is the Professor Oak. So a great card. Discard your hand in order to draw 7 cards. It could be a Tide Shifter. And with like a Blastoise, it would give you the cards that you need to evolve Squirtle. Specifically Pokemon Breeder and Blastoise. I would actually run with 4 Squirtles and 4 Blastoises and 4 Pokemon Breeders. And then with Professor Oak, if I could get Blastoise, it was game over. Especially if I could get it early in the game, because then you get all those energies with all those Professor Oaks. And then I eventually tied it in with Feraligatr, which then punishes the opponent more for every energy card that you discarded, because you use so many Professor Oaks, you probably are going to have some sacrificial water energies, maybe if you treat. And then Feraligatr will take those water energies, do massive damage, and then put the energies back in your deck, so then that you don't have to worry about decking yourself. So it was a cool strategy. Oh, we got Charmander. Surprised they went with, I guess the base Charmander is good, but I wonder, they should have a mixture of base Charmander and Rocket's Charmander. Rocket's Charmander could do 20 damage with just 1 energy card. I usually roll with both myself. And actually, Dark Charizard was arguably much better than base Charizard in terms of tactical use. That's cool. It's a holographic Charmander and Charmeleon. I remember the first time I got a Charmeleon, I was so stoked. I didn't even know the difference between like the rarities. I was just, this guy's cool. It looks like a Velociraptor. Oh yeah, you know what? I didn't go over Charmander, did I? So Charmander, 50 hit points, not bad for basic. 10 damage with 1 energy, kind of standard. Emblem could do 30, but discard 1 fire energy card, requires 2. And then you had Charmeleon, which ups it to 80 hit points. Could do 30 damage with 3 energies. Nothing. That's kind of like Scyther, but you have to evolve, so it's harder to use. And then you have Flamethrower, could do 50, but you discard 1 energy card. It's nothing to write home about. It's a pretty solid card. Could do some major damage, but not very good in game. Oh, Dr. Maki. touch my game to play. Don't touch the keyboard. Is that 2 Charmeleons? Another computer search. Oh, I see another trainer card coming up. Oh, it doesn't have any warning. You can't use this card. You can use this card only if you. Oh yeah, that's normal. Shuffle. So you can use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for a card and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. A trainer card, Pokeball. This is actually also a jungle card, but they opted to go for one of the later art and card styles. I think that was part of the EX. So flip a coin. If heads, search your deck for a Pokemon card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck afterwards. Definitely could be useful. This is an interesting card. Rocket's Admin. So you may play only 1 support card during your turn. So yeah, so it's a support card. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck. Then each player draws a card from each of the remaining prize cards. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck, so you lose your hand. Then each player draws a card from each of their remaining prize cards. Oh, so you could actually use this to force a win. Interesting. That's an underhanded card. I like it. It's got 2 of them. Whoosh. So dirty. Like I said, if you draw your prizes, you win. So if you have 1 prize left and the opponent has more than 1, and you play that card, you automatically win. See, that's a Rockets card, but I know that wasn't part of the original Rockets. It must have been a later card. We got a Switch, which I hate the fact that they're using a newer art. They should just use the classic. Was it? I think it was a Caterpie and a Kakuna. I hate this card. It should be the old art. It's a great card. So some Pokemon have high retreat cost. They'll have like you'll see on the bottom corner that it has the how many energies you need to pay to retreat, and Switch just allows you to ignore that and just switch them using the trainer card. It was a great card, pretty legendary, kind of one of the Hall of Fame cards, I would say. But disappointed they went with the newer art on that. I guess they're trying to use as many cards from different generations, but I think it's a cop-out when you use a card that was original generation that was just kind of printed. Ultra Ball. You can use this card only if you discard 2 other cards from your hand. Search your deck for a Pokemon card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. Strategy. This deck doesn't really seem to have a complex strategy. It seems to be kind of run-of-the-mill strat. Cool, another double colorless. Good, another Hall of Fame card. Datsu, get out of there. Hey, get off the box. Oh, there's the big boy. Leave the box alone. Leave the box alone. Get out of there. Get out of there. I'll put it directly in the sleeve. Alright, so there's Charizard. 120 hit points, evolved from Charmeleon. His Pokemon power is energy burn, so all energy cards attached to this Pokemon are fire energies instead of their usual types. This Pokemon power stops working if this Pokemon is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. The attack does 100 damage, takes 4 fire energy cards. In order to use it, you have to discard 2 fire energy cards, and it does 100 damage. Weak to water, resistant to fighting, ground, rock, and it uses 3 energy cards to retreat. This is one of the coolest cards ever. Glad to have another one. Makes 4. We got a Ponyta. Kind of weird choice. Kind of preferred Ninetales over Vulpix. Oh, it's a newer Vulpix. Oh, it does have Pikachu. Oh, it does have Magmar. Okay. Fossil Magmar, of course. Way better than the base set Magmar. So let's see what Rapidash does. So Rapidash has some hit points. 100 hit points. Not savvy for a stage 1. 30 damages with 1 energy. That's, yeah, okay, I can see why they use him. Fire Ring, 50. If your opponent has an active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. During your opponent's next turn, that Pokemon can't retreat. Oh, that's a solid card. This Magmar was great. I always thought the base set Magmar was better because it had more damages, but this guy has more hit points. He could use, his attack will only use 1 or 2 fire energies. First attack is smoke screened, does 10 damages, and then when your opponent tries to attack, he has to flip a coin. And if tails, the attack does nothing, which means effects and damages. And its second attack, Smog, does 20 damages, and flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is not poisoned. So, really good card here. I'll say one of the Hall of Fame cards. I think it's a mistake. So they went with the base set Pikachu. Everyone knows that Jungle Pikachu was cuter and more effective. This guy, Glass Cannon, does 40 hit points, so really easy to knock out. Can do 30 damages, but does 10 to himself. Risky card here. And see, this is what I'm talking about. They use the base set Pikachu, which is, like I said, Raichu, or Jungle Pikachu is arguably a better card. 50 hit points, can attack the bench. And they use a newer Raichu. So it's like, it's kind of odd. Like, if you're not going to go with the base set Raichu or Fossil Raichu, why do you go for the base set Pikachu? This is a pretty cool card. I never had this Raichu. Let's see. Painful Punch, 40 damages with 1 energy. That's a great card. And Mock Bolt, 120 damages, and it uses 3 energies. Oh, it's a great Raichu, actually. Let's see here. We got a Voltorb. Pretty weak card. 40 hit points, 10 damages. I can see coming the strategy with this deck. So you have an Electrode here, which his Pokemon power is you could elect to, pun intended, you can elect to knock out your own Electrode with his Pokemon power, but then his Pokemon power becomes, turns an Electrode into, turns Electrode into energy cards. There we go. So Thunder Jolt, flip a coin. If tails, this Pokemon also does 10 damages to itself, and then Buzz, once during your turn, you may knock out this Pokemon and attach it to one of your other Pokemon as a special energy card. While this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides every type of energy, but provides only 2 energies at a time. This Pokemon power can't be used if this Pokemon is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. Cool card. Matches well with Charizard. Zapdos. Oh, it's a later Zapdos. One of the cool things, but it's actually pretty cool. So Zapdos from the base set was pretty cool because it was one of the few cards that could do, I think, 100 damages as well as Charizard. This Zapdos is a basic, not an EX, but it's 120 hit points. Its attack Thunder Shock uses 1 energy card, does 20 damages, and flip a coin of heads if any Pokemon is not paralyzed. And his second attack, Drill Peck, which was one of the best attacks in the Game Boy games, requires 4 energies and it is 120. That's a pretty cool card. And we have Clefairy, a lot like Clefable, but sucks. 40 hit points. Sing uses 1 energy card, flip a coin of heads if any Pokemon's not asleep. And Metronome is like the Metronome with Clefable, but uses 3 energy cards. Dunsparce. Huh. Never put him in deck. Wonder what kind of ability he has. Why would you put him in here? Let's see, 50 damages. Didn't evolve, I think, in these generations. Strike and run, so like a baseball. Search your deck for up to 3 basic Pokemon and put them on your bench. Then shuffle your deck afterwards. If you put any Pokemon onto your bench in this way, you may switch this Pokemon with one of the bench Pokemon. That's a good attack. Sudden Flash, 10 damages, flip a coin of heads. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Hey, it's a tactical card. The little assassin there kind of sets your game up because you basically use him like a Pokeball. We got a Stantler. So Stantler, let's see here, 70 hit points. What kind of energy is that? Lead? Search your deck for a support card. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck afterwards. Is that an attack? That's so weird. Frightened Horn. If your opponent active Pokemon is basic Pokemon, it is now confused. Okay. Miltank. I hated this Pokemon in, I think it was Gen 2? Rollout. It's fucking monster. One of the worst bosses ever. Alright, 90 hit points. Yeah, another one of those weird energies. Is that probably a dark? Choose one of your Pokemon and then flip 2 coins. For each heads, heals 30 damages from that Pokemon. Continuous tumble. Flip a coin until you get it tails. This attack does 20 damages for each head. So, ooh, damn, you're a gambler. That's Dante's card. Dante's gonna love. My younger brother's gonna like that card. Got a Giovanni card here. So support card, Giovanni, Boss's Order. Switch one of your active Pokemon. Switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot. So it's a Gus, basically, as a support card. Pokemon Fan Club. So next card. Search your deck for up to 2 basic Pokemon. Reveal it and then put them into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. Oof, gotta stand up. Making legs, knees. We're almost done. Got rare candy. Let's leave it up first. So rare candy, choose one of your basic Pokemon in play. If you have a stage 2 card in your hand that evolves from that Pokemon, put that card onto that basic Pokemon to evolve it, skipping the stage 1. You can't use this card during your first turn or on a basic Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So basically Pokemon Breeder. Scorching Charcoal, so not familiar with this card, but I'm pretty sure this is like in the game where you could give it to a fire Pokemon to boost their attack. Do fire attacks. So this attaches this this attack uses used by the Charizard. This attack used by the Charizard this card is attached to does 100 more damages to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness or resistance. What's the little text? You may attach any number of Pokemon tools to one of your Pokemon during your turn. You may attach only one Pokemon tool to each Pokemon at this, and it stays attached. What? You may attach any number of Pokemon tools to your Pokemon during your turn. You may attach only one Pokemon tool to each Pokemon, and it stays attached. What's a Pokemon tool? That's kind of a cheap card, just for one Pokemon. Not sure how I feel about that, but pretty OP, because now you could do 200 damages with them. Super Rod. This looks like it was probably an e-reader. Shuffle up to 3 in any combinations of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Oh, that's a solid card. Oh no, Scoop Up, what'd you do to my boy? Flip a coin. If heads, put one of your Pokemon and all cards attached to your hand. So it's worse than original Super Scoop Up. How's that super? That's worse than regular Scoop Up. Versus Seeker? Interesting. Why is there no stadium cards? Stadium cards were a thing at this time. Oh, does it come with extra sleeves? Put a support card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay, so I guess that comes with extra sleeves too. That's kind of cool, because they do wear out if you do use them, so that's appreciated. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that in the deck box. Got our first one done. Let's go with the next one. I guess it has to be Ho-Ho, right? Oh no, that was Ho-Ho. It's going to be Logia next. Oh, these are different colored sleeves. Still recording. Did it die? The next one. Sleeves open. Okay. So we got Lugia. Let's get its sleeve ready. Ooh, 230 hit points, so it's an EX. So it looks like they each have one EX. That's what that first card is. And this one's a Leaf deck, so this must be Venusaur. Alright, so what can Lugia do? So it's a basic, it's EX, so it counts as 2 if you knock him out. A little bit higher hit points than Ho-Ho. First attack uses 2 energies, does 30 damages. It's called Rising Wind. Search your deck for a basic energy card and it. Next one. Please open. Okay. So we got Lugia. Get its sleeve ready. Ooh, 230 hit points, so it's an EX. So it looks like they each have one EX. That's what that first card is. And this one's a Leaf deck, so this must be Venusaur. Alright, so what can Lugia do? So it's a basic, it's EX, it counts as 2 if you knock him out. A little bit higher hit points than Ho-Ho. First attack uses 2 energies, does 30 damages. It's called Rising Wind. Search your deck for a basic energy card and attach it to this Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck afterwards.